Another crazy weather day with half the side raining and half the side sunny. With that in mind, what did I read today? More stories of criminals using drones to drop things like drugs, for example, in prisons. And how about this though? Just look at the picture of that drone. Are people actually using stuff like this anyways? This one says, drone with drugs and phones found outside prison. As it says here, a man has been jailed after a drone used to smuggle drugs and phones crashed outside a prison. Simon Woodall's DNA was on cargo from the crashed drone, which was found in 2023 by a dog handler patrolling HMP Whitemoor in March, Cambridgeshire. Police said Woodall was arrested the following year when he was seen acting suspiciously outside another prison in Hertfordshire. The 32-year-old of York Avenue, Brearley Hill, West Midlands admitted 2 counts of conspiring to convey prohibited items into a prison, and he was jailed for 2 years and 6 months. Does that sound like a career criminal per se? It says police said the package of goods worth more than £200,000 was found on the 13th of November 2023. A vehicle linked to Woodall seen in the area was scrapped following the incident. Officers said the attempt followed an incident in August 2023 where a driver was stopped by police on the A1 near Catterick, North Yorkshire. He had the address for HMP Durham in a sat-nav, a drone in the back of the vehicle, and a package containing cannabis, tobacco, and steroids. Woodall's fingerprints were found on the drone and a phone number linked to him in the man's contact list, police said. Look at all that stuff. I guess that explains why you need such a huge drone, but what is this? Like a wholesale delivery, for example, into a prison? It goes on to say, on the 12th of February last year, police received a call from HMP The Mount near Hemel Hempstead, Hertfordshire, when CCTV operators saw Woodall acting suspiciously in nearby woods. When officers arrived, he tried to dispose of his phone and was arrested. Woodall was sentenced to Peterborough Crown Court on Monday, saying here, quote, "We're working hard with prison staff to tackle the issue of smuggling, and we take the matter extremely seriously. This was a large package containing drugs and mobile phones that could have caused significant issues within the prison and been used in criminality." But to me, it's still crazy seeing a humongous drone like that. And with that thought, how about something a little bit more positive? Apparently somebody used their drone to capture some really rare scenes of, I guess, wildlife. This one says, insanely lucky drone pilot catches rare glimpse of ancient animal in Australia. The endangered sea creature has only been sighted around 60 times in New South Wales. This lucky photographer caught 3 different individuals on film. So apparently it's a leatherback turtle, and the person posted some comments in their Instagram saying, "I was insanely lucky to come across this individual today, one of only around 60 sightings in NSW," says photographer Ashley Sykes, who shared his video of the languid leatherback in Instagram. And there's more comments. The person writes on how it is classified as endangered, but the person wrote here, "But this guy seemed happy as he entered my local beach to chomp on some jellyfish. These guys are fairly sizable, being the biggest turtle species and reaching up to 500 kilograms in size." Wow, is that true? That's one heavy turtle. At the same time, here's a great example again, where people are just using their drones, capturing spectacular scenery, rare ones at that. I mean, to me, that's great, but imagine all the people drone policing this. Endangered species in this case. That's it. It's illegal and all that, like in a lot of places, but in my opinion, you're basically hindering discoveries like these, for example, with over-the-top regulations and all that, huh? And with all that news of tariffs and tension between China and the US, I was wondering, what is this? Apparently Facebook's in trouble again, where there's accusations that they were working with the Chinese Communist Party and all that. It was this letter, you can read it by Josh Hawley. It says here, "Dear Mr. Zuckerberg, the American people deserve to know the truth about your company. Yesterday, a whistleblower, Sarah Wynne Williams, testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee's Subcommittee on Crime and Counterterrorism, which I chair. Her testimony was filled with explosive allegations about your company's willingness to jeopardize American national interest, betray American users and Chinese descendants alike, and lie about it to Congress."
My name is Sarah Wynne Williams, and I served as the Director of Global Public Policy at Facebook, now Meta, for nearly 7 years, starting in 2011. Throughout those 7 years, I saw Meta executives repeatedly undermine US national security and betray American values. They did these things in secret to win favor with Beijing and build an $18 billion business in China. Mark Zuckerberg pledged himself a free speech champion. Yet I witnessed Meta work hand in glove with the Chinese Communist Party to construct and test custom-built censorship tools that silenced and censored their critics. When Beijing demanded that Facebook delete the account of a prominent Chinese dissident living on American soil, they did it. Well, Meta's AI model, Llama, has contributed significantly to Chinese advances in AI technologies like DeepSeek.
That's kind of crazy if it's true, but then again, at the same time, I wouldn't doubt if it is anyways. I mean, so many companies, it just comes down to, I guess, money and stuff for people's data, huh? All right, see you guys later.